The Countess of Ravenswood, an original audio series. Produced by Povey's Original. Copyright 2024 Povey's Original. Voiced by JMB Chief VA. Episode 2.
Easy there, Admiral. You seem restless today. Eager to see her as well, aren't you? Ah, Countess, there you are. Not at all. You are precisely on time. It's just the phenomenon here was getting somewhat impatient. Yes, I thought we might tour the garden on horseback, as it is quite expansive. I wouldn't want the walking to weary you. This spirited fellow you see here is Admiral. I've prepared a mare for you. Her name is Millie. Of course. Well, if you're ready, shall we proceed? Would you need assistance mounting? It seems it was presumptuous of me to think you'd need my help. You've adapted quite seamlessly to this new life. You seem as if you've been riding forever. Oh, and may I inquire the name of this esteemed riding instructor? George? I do not recall a squire by that name. Is he employed at the court? Well, please extend the prince's compliments to him. He appears to be doing an exemplary job. Come now, Admiral. What are you doing, Admiral? Please stay close. Yes, and they appear to like each other rather too much, if you ask me. No harm, except he seems to lose all coherent thought in Millie's presence and forsakes all equilibrium. Precisely. It's as if a force draws him towards her without his understanding why or how to resist. You're right. Perhaps he does not wish to. I could hardly blame him. So, what do you think? No, not of Admiral, of the garden. I'm delighted you like it. This garden has been nurtured for 2 centuries and has managed to preserve its original splendor. Here you'll find the most exquisite roses in the region, symbols of love and passion. We have 6 different varieties. The primroses here are among the first to bloom in spring, symbolizing youth and renewal. You've likely noticed their emblem throughout the castle. And this here is a pansy, also known as a viola tricolor. I remember being given it to sip when I had a stomachache as a child. It symbolizes thoughts and memories. It's used to convey messages of love indeed. Thank you, but in this case you'll find me lacking. In fact, I know very little about flowers. May I confide in you? I actually had to beg poor Nigel to give me a crash course before our meeting today. It was rather cheeky of me, I admit. Well, I wanted to ensure this visit was as enjoyable as possible for you by discussing a subject you are fond of. Do not thank me just yet. There's still a chance this day might end in disaster. I'm afraid my reputation as a clumsy prince hasn't reached you yet, but you've been duly warned. Perhaps not the worst, but be prepared nonetheless. How unkind of you to remind me of that unfortunate incident, and with such a smile. Oh, no need for apologies. On the contrary, I was wondering what became of the daring young woman who mistook me for a thief. I'm pleased to see that she's still present, and I must say that trap was quite ingeniously set, in fact. I've arranged for a picnic right here in the open, if you are inclined. Then let us proceed. Is this spot adequately shaded? Then please, take a seat. I wasn't sure of your preferences, so I asked for a variety of dishes. They do look delectable. After you. You know you've caused quite a stir at the ball, and since then you've been the talk of the court. It seems many believe you and I are, well, quite close. Well, I cannot speak for you, but you're the closest thing I have to a friend, apart from the Queen Mother and Nigel. I truly value your company. Mutual, is it? Therefore, allow me to propose something. From now on, no more curtsies. Yes, none whatsoever. No, it's settled. I hereby declare you exempt from curtsies by royal decree. Absolutely. And also, please, call me Gareth. It's quite appropriate for me. Here, greetings. I don't believe I've properly introduced myself. I'm Gareth. And you are? It is lovely, delightful to meet you. Ah, what have I just said about addressing me as Your Highness? Much better. An interesting character, really. Who might that be? A stern-faced woman, you say? Was she wearing a green floral dress and a pink feathered headdress? She is known for her lack of politeness. She pushed you intentionally, you say? I know her all too well, unfortunately. That would be my cousin, Victoria. Quite an awful woman, to be honest. Would you like me to have a word with her? I'd like to think that you can take care of yourself, but should it happen again, do let me know. I wouldn't do much. However, I've heard there are currently rats in the castle, and they are particularly fond of green. What, am I the only one who's heard about it? Who said it would be for you? Perhaps I have my own scores to settle with her. Oh, it's a long story, believe me. Ah, Marquis, what a surprise. Have you met the Countess of Ravenswood? I fear, Marquis, that the Countess is not available today, but I am sure there will be other opportunities for a walk. Tell me, what brings you here? Really, please, do tell. I see. I confess I haven't discussed this matter of taxes directly with the king, but you might find him at the palace today. I've heard he's just returned from his travels, so you might try to request an audience. Wait, are you on foot? Then please, take this mare. She'll get you there faster. I insist. Please accept. Certainly, Marquis. I hope you don't mind. Well, because we'll have to share a horse on the way back. Walking is far more tiring, true enough. I must say I'm quite unused to it. Could you tell me more? About what it's like living among the common folk. Simpler, is it? How so? Really? No, well, yes. I imagined life was different, but I didn't realize it was so stark and difficult. I've never visited such places. Would you take me there? Yes, I'd like to see it for myself, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. I must travel for a few days, but let's plan to visit as soon as I return. Excellent. We'd better be going. It looks like the weather is clearing up. Easy, my beauty. Here, give me your hand. Are you at ease? I'm afraid I can't move back any farther. Are you sure? Very well. Careful, I've got you. You are all right, aren't you? Now you've lost your balance as well. I know it happens. I am merely teasing you. Is that not what friends are for? We are agreed, then. Let us head home. It truly is gracious of you to make me visit the market of your youth. Evidently, you are correct in your descriptions. Everything here does seem remarkably simpler. However, I am taken aback by the state of your houses. These living conditions were not what I anticipated. I am at a loss for words. I must discover why the local lord has neglected his duties. This village appears utterly forsaken. I hear your doubt, but nonetheless, I must attempt to address this. It is neither normal nor acceptable. Everyone should have the opportunity to live with dignity. In my position, I feel a deep sense of shame. I fear the king is more concerned with his own affairs than with the welfare of his people. Conversing with him might be akin to speaking with a deaf man. I must handle this myself, and you have my word that I will do my utmost. Have you noticed? These people cast curious glances my way. Indeed, having the prince here must be quite unusual for them. Do you believe my presence might compromise our safety? I would dearly loathe for any discord to arise between my guards and these fine folk. Engage with them. I confess such direct discourse is unfamiliar to me. What words of meaning could I possibly offer? Speak from my heart. Very well, then. Greetings. I am Gareth. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Oh, no, I am not here to take your land, rest assured. I came because I wish to see for myself what life is like on the other side of our kingdom. I'm terribly sorry about the conditions you're living in. I had no idea. Unfortunately, I am not the king. My power is quite limited, but I will explore what can be done. No, I assure you, it's the truth. Please, one moment, not all at once. You first. I wasn't aware of the wheat shortage. I'll talk to the Lord about the harvest and we'll see what we can do. No doubt we could buy some from villages with surplus until we find a more permanent solution. I'll get to the bottom of this. Yes, you, please. I hear your concern, yet it's possible the taxes have been increased slightly to cover a deficit in the royal treasury or urgent expenses. I understand the burden this places on your shoulders. I promise to investigate with the local authorities and see what can be done to ensure that this does not affect the most disadvantaged. I'll also talk to the treasurer to better understand the situation and ensure fair taxation in the future. Yes, please speak. How long has she been sick? What are the symptoms? I see. What is your name? I am deeply saddened, Elena, by the news of your daughter's illness. Although I am not familiar with the specifics of these illnesses, it doesn't appear to be a fatally contagious disease. Here's what I'll do. I'll speak to one of the court healers about your daughter's case today, and I promise he'll visit you as soon as possible to offer her the necessary care. Rest assured that I take this matter very much to heart. No need to thank me. I am pleased to be of assistance to you all. I must admit I am not surprised by your words. I am certainly different from my father in many ways, and I cannot blame you for the animosity you feel towards him. But I hope these solutions bring you some comfort. I must go now, but it was an honor to meet you all. Let's go, shall we? Seeing the villagers in such distress, I wish I could have done more. You think I handled it well? What leads you to believe that I would make a good king? That is most generous of you to say. It truly means a great deal to me. I must confess, I was not always this kind or compassionate. In my youth, the Queen Mother would often refer to me as the Terrible One. It is hard to conceive, perhaps, yet it is the truth. Believe me. And you, what moniker did your father bestow upon you? You retain no memories of your childhood? If Helen is not your father by blood, then you are unaware of your true lineage? A memory that conveniently fades upon your arrival at his doorstep. It's quite unusual. No, I don't find you peculiar. No. Mysterious, rather, which I find most intriguing. I believe we have arrived at your residence. Wait, before you depart, might I entreat your company at a performance I am obliged to attend in 5 days' time? Yes, you. It would be my honor to have you accompany me. It shall afford you a glimpse into my world, too. Splendid. I wish you a pleasant evening, then. Good night. Are you falling asleep? Fear not. Even I at times find these endless engagements rather sporific. Such are the burdens of princely duties. Our tedious barely scratches the surface, yet your presence does provide me a most welcome diversion. Absolutely. Your company is sought for both diversion and delight. But worry not. A few moments more for the sake of our decorum, and we shall take our leave. Running, yes. Please, you must stop making me laugh. Someone might think less of my composure. Oh no, here comes my dear cousin. Victoria, the very one. Observe her long enough, and you might envision horns upon her brow. Already, you do have sharp eyes, then. Cousin Victoria, what a surprise to see you out of your lair. Home. Naturally, you couldn't resist. Indeed, I am here with the countess. Victoria, such comments are unbecoming. The countess's appearance is most refined and suitable for this event. In any case, it shouldn't be a matter of concern for you. Forgive me, cousin, but the countess speaks truly. I have encountered commoners with manners surpassing yours. It would behoove you to consider her suggestion. Some instruction from her tutor in proper etiquette would undoubtedly benefit you greatly. Oh, come now. I'm sure no one heard us, if that's what concerns you. Even so, I'm certain you'll recover from it. Well, I would have loved to continue this delightful conversation with you, but alas, we must depart for other engagements. Farewell and good day. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That was splendidly handled. I've seldom managed such retorts myself. True enough. A bit of humility was most warranted. Shall we stroll? You know, I was thinking... Good heavens, are you injured? Forgive me. I believe I stepped on your dress. Please allow me to help. Is it your right ankle? May I? My apologies for any carelessness on my part. Allow me to remove your shoe. Does this cause pain? And here. Therefore, it must not be too serious. That's a relief. Your skin is exceedingly delicate. Oh, are you sure you're able to stand now? Then here, take my hand. I believe I've warned you about my legendary clumsiness. Assuredly, one must always be prepared, for sometimes I act impulsively. Forgive me, I am quite at a loss for what possessed me. It was most unseemly of me, and for that I am deeply mortified. I am grateful for your understanding, and I promise such an overstep shall not recur. Well, may I escort you home now? Please, come. I apologize for disturbing you at such a late hour, but I feared I would find no rest if I delayed even another hour. Here, this is for you, a bouquet of pansies I picked myself. It is nothing, but I wanted sincerely to express my regret for the kiss earlier. It was not my intention to show any disrespect or to jeopardize our growing friendship. But when I looked at you, I felt compelled to kiss you, as if I was irresistibly drawn to you. Regardless, that is not important. What I wish to convey is that you mean a great deal to me, and every moment spent with you is like a breath of fresh air I cannot do without. I hope you can forgive me. Is it truly forgotten? In that case, I am at peace. There are still many gardens I wish to show you. I look forward to it. I shall take my leave now then. Good night.
Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to that perfect light. Glorious now